Hello and welcome to Just a Damn Nerd.
Halo 1 was a pretty good game. Not just gameplay-wise. I mean, it was fun. Halo 1 was fun.
And today, we're talking about how to save Halo. This video will be my final thoughts on 343 Industry for the time being. It'll be a while probably before I make another video on 343. I've already made 2 others. So you can consider this the final part of a trilogy of videos focusing on 343's management of Halo. I wanted to talk about the problems with the Halo franchise in today's society. And those problems start with 343 Industries. Now these stinky, horsemanal-smelling motherfuckers have failed in every conceivable way in the management of Halo. And today, we're going to address how to save this franchise, and we're going to address the changes that can be made either to 343 Industries or potentially the companies Microsoft could give Halo to, in order to get a better result than letting these harebrained, inbred elephant monkeys continue to make this game. So let's start with changes that can be made at 343 Industries that may help going forward. First of all, Bonnie Ross and Kiki Wolfkill absolutely must go. It is straightforward and obvious, empirically proven, that these two no-talent half-wits have failed in every conceivable way running this studio. If you look at their time running the Halo franchise, the sales have been stagnant, while every other game's sales have increased massively. The perception of this franchise has fallen far down from where it was only a couple years ago, and fans are sick of it. They're fed up with these greedy, money-hungry, gore-digging idiots whose only true skill is pretending like they know something. I feel like these 2 women have never ever played a Halo game. I was concerned way back when Bungie was leaving, and I found out Kiki Wolfkill was going to be one of the studio heads of the new studio, because while she was at Bungie, she was pushing to move more towards TV and movies than actually focusing on the games. But she had always been overruled by guys like Joseph Statham, who were not okay with the idea. They continued to turn down movie script after movie script because they didn't feel like it was truly Halo. I can't say any Halo fan is truly surprised that since this half-wit has taken over, Halo storytelling has fallen apart. It's clear that Kiki Wolfkill has categorically failed as the direct manager of the TV series. She is directly responsible for the Halo TV show. She is also directly responsible for Halo Nightfall and Spot and Lock, were things she pushed for heavily. If this isn't a good reason to fire this mentally incompetent half-wit, then I really don't know why anyone deserves to be fired ever. I have a lot less damning evidence that Bonnie Ross has made a big mess, but she has been in charge during the entire time that 343 Industry has run this franchise. And the massive, unhuman disaster it's turned into, the absolute train wreck of self-loathing and hatred towards its fanbase Halo has become, she is directly responsible for. She has completely failed running this studio. And while she may not need to be fired, she definitely needs to be demoted. Next up is 343 Industries itself. Now, 343 Industries itself seems to be, from the outside looking in, filled with the world's laziest, most incompetent, least talented, elephant-ass-sucking, baby-back losers. They can't even get a game out working properly in 6 years.
Black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing.
343 has failed to launch a Halo game that doesn't have massive issues on its launch day. Just look at the MCC. Halo the Master Chief Collection is a simple relaunch of all of the classic games, with no graphical improvements to any one but Halo 2. And somehow, these monkey scrotums couldn't get this game working for almost a year after it came out. You couldn't even play the multiplayer for months and months and months and months after it came out. Hell, I still have issues sometimes trying to play Halo 3. It's insanity that this studio has been allowed to be this incompetent for this long. I feel like an average workday at 343 is you show up at 4:55 and then you go home. This studio has proven its complete ineptitude in every sense of the word. On top of that, 343's greed knows no bounds. If you told 343 that they could save a baby by only giving up a penny, 343 would punt that baby off the bridge and take the penny, because they are such greedy, self-righteous losers. And the worst part about it is, on top of the greed comes an official lack of skill and inability to even remotely communicate with their fan base in a way that doesn't leave their fans furious. The way they have squandered Halo Infinite's great potential is an absolute tragedy, and 343 is not new to the party of destroying everything they get their hands on. It seems to be their number one skill. Guys, you gotta understand something here. 343 was given a game that, following the launch of Halo 3, was the most popular franchise on Earth. Halo Reach also did great. While its popularity had waned a bit, Halo was far from a franchise in desperate need of a reboot. And they proceeded to run it into the ground. Their inability to communicate with their fan base, their inability to manage the game or graphics, their inability to do anything other than fail entirely. They are so amazingly good at being so amazingly bad. Their number one skill is that they suck so hard they could probably suck a golf ball through a hose. They are one of the worst studios currently in the industry. Next up on the list of things you can do to save Halo, thing you can do here is make massive changes to 343. I personally think Microsoft should simply lay off the vast majority of the staff, if not the entire staff. This would allow them to completely rehire a new staff. But I think it's good enough just to fire Bonnie Ross and Kiki Wolfkill and put Joseph Statham, longtime series writer, back in charge. Make him the head of 343. Remove these two failures from the positions and go forward with Joseph Statham.
And realizing all the stuff that we had left out, and Jason and I and Jamie and a few other people sitting down and thinking really hard about, oh, wow, what did we really want to tell? And then Jason locked himself in a room for a while and organized his core ideas, and then came to me and said, hey, you know, these are my thoughts about a story for Halo 2. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know if we're crazy or stupid or we just like good stories or what, but we certainly worry about that a lot more than you might think we'd have to in a game that's mostly just about action and about not thinking.
This would solve the biggest issue at 343, which is its lack of leadership. However, there are many other changes that Microsoft could make to improve this franchise and save it before Halo goes the way of the dinosaur and everybody forgets what Halo once was. The next major change I'd consider for Microsoft, or maybe the major change they should consider, is we have already established that 343 Industries is a fault-smelling, childish house of trash cans. So, rather than trying to clean out this stinky, manure-filled trash can, this disgusting, embarrassingly gross, Bigfoot shit-filled trash can, I suggest that Microsoft consider another studio. Now, there's a couple ways they could go about this. First, the Halo Legacy team was the one who actually came in and finally fixed MCC. Following all of the MCC problems, Microsoft actually created a new team they called the Halo Legacy team. They're one of those low-key teams that works under 343's umbrella and mostly focuses on stuff like DLC or Battle Pass stuff. But they were created to fix 343's fuck-up with Halo the Master Chief Collection. You see, 343 stepped in shit so deep, it was up to Phil Spencer's chest. So he needed someone else to come in and clean it up. So what I think should be done is you should actually go get the former Bungie employees from Activision Blizzard who are still there, because Microsoft will own Activision Blizzard in a year or so. Then you should also get Joseph Statham, They're competent 343 employees, there must be some of them, former Bungie employees who are currently working independently, and then put them back in charge of the Halo Legacy team. This will create a new studio who is essentially just true Bungie, because the reality is most of the classic Bungie people responsible for Halo 1, 2, 3, Reach, and Destiny are long gone from the studio now. So they're free agents that Microsoft could poach up. It would allow them to recreate a form of Bungie with a new name, and then give back to the original creators the Halo series. But this is a major undertaking, so there are a few other options here. Microsoft currently has Machine Games and id Software under their umbrella. They also are adding Raven, Treyarch, and Infinity Ward under their umbrella. These are some of the very best first-person shooter making companies in the industry today. They have seen massive success in the last few years with games like Wolfenstein the New Colossus, Doom Eternal, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare, as well as Treyarch's massive success with Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and management of the Call of Duty multiplayer. These studios have fantastic pedigree, and I understand that Microsoft may simply want these studios to keep doing what gave them this pedigree. They may not want to have these studios tasked, because why only have Halo when you can have Wolfenstein, Doom, and Call of Duty as PC and Xbox exclusives? So why would Microsoft really want to do this? But I think any of these studios would manage this IP better, much better than 343 Industries has. And I also believe they'd be far more loyal to the source material. I believe that any of these studios would try their best to make a great Halo game and not make some kind of weird hybrid of Power Rangers, Overwatch, and Fortnite. I believe id would be the best of these studios because I think id would bend over backwards in order to create a great Halo game, and its pedigree is completely unquestioned by the entire gaming public. If Microsoft was to choose to do any of this stuff, the other thing they would have to do is clean off the stench 343 has covered this franchise in. Allowing 343 to piss and shit all over the Halo franchise for the last 10 years has been a massive mistake by Microsoft.
Not a great plan.
And don't tell me that making video games is hard, 343. You lazy, trash can looking, rectum licking son bitches had 6 years and an infinite budget for Infinite. And you still fucked it up.
You serious?
And the immortal words of Angry Joe, you done fucked it up. If 6 years, infinite budget, all the time in the world, tons of leeway isn't enough, I believe the only way to truly save the Halo franchise is to take these morally corrupt, unskilled, trash can people and fire them. And on top of all of this, 343 Industries truly hates Halo fans. 343 Industries started this war with the fan base. We wanted to like them. Heck, a lot of us actually really enjoyed Halo 4. I'm one of those people. And I wanted to give 343 the benefit of the doubt. But what they did with Halo 5, what they did with the TV show, what they did with Halo Nightfall, and what they've done with the excellent potential that Halo Infinite has is enough to make me get off board. 343 has to go. Well guys, thanks for watching that video. I really hope you guys liked it, and please consider subscribing. It means so much. It takes you 2 seconds, but it means the world to me. I'd rather have you guys subscribe than be in a Mr. Beast video. That's how much it matters. So check out some of my other videos, guys. We have 2 other videos on this topic: why Halo Infinite's multiplayer is dying and why 343 killed Halo. I also have other great videos like why people hate FromSoft games, and a video basically shitting all over Skull and Bones, and one celebrating the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. And my favorite series on this channel is the Versus series. Let me know what you guys think of that. The 2 videos are done in very different formats. I haven't decided what the third one will be done in yet. Just let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching. As always, this is a damn nerd signing off.